me testing to make sure that my mic is working. It is working, but it's way too quiet. How's this? Still pretty quiet. We'll see. Okay. I can always turn it up. I mean, I actually should probably turn my mic up. But probably the problem is that my mic is not doing what it should be. Yeah, that should be fine, right? Oh, that's not the page that I was trying. Oh dear. It's going well, folks. We're having a good time. Bottom Surgery Corporation. Yippee! Wahoo! Are we yippieing? Are we wahooing? I'm not looking at chat. I'm doing my own damn thing. Oh, I should... okay. Bottom Surgery Corporation. Thanks. This is why my stream has the transgender tag on it. That and no other reason. We are yippieing and wahooing. Okay. I think we're good. I'm waiting for one specific person to get here, because that's the person who I'm streaming for. Not that I don't welcome the rest of you people. Also known as my beloved friends. Sorry. How's my volume, by the way? Is it good? I feel like my mic is too quiet and the game is too loud, but that's maybe just me. Thumbs up, okay. If anything is off, please tell me, or I won't know. Are you excited? I'm excited. It's Bottom Surgery Corporation. Face the fear, build the future. Hold on, I'm just gonna... Get in here.
I'm coming so soon, I'm here.
Okay, bye. Oh my god, okay. I'm glad you're here. I'm excited. If you haven't experienced Lobotomy Corporation before, I think this is a better way to experience it than the way I streamed it for Extra Life last year, which is that, like, by about 10 hours in, there was no way I was going to be able to focus on this extremely intense simulation management game, especially because at that point I had an abnormality in my facility that forced me to, like, check on it every 2 minutes or else it killed several people. And, like, no way, right? Like, no way. It wasn't gonna happen. So I got really very, very tired. It was fun, but I got really, really very, very tired. And this time I'm doing it for fun and chill, and this time I'm doing it so I can make blorbos appear from the ether, which is the really fun part of Lobotomy Corporation that I didn't do a lot of last time. Hi, Brucey. Okay, we're ready now. Yippee! Yippee! It's lobotomy. It's Bottom Surgery Corporation. Okay. Should I do the tutorial? I feel like the tutorial's, like, not terrible in this game. Famously, Project Moon tutorials are not very good, but it's not terrible in this game. But I feel like I also can explain things. I've played this game for a while. I wish I could find the original Bottom Surgery Corporation image. That's not my joke. I just appropriate it for content. I'd like to hear me explain things. Thank you. You flatter me. Okay, we're just gonna get started then. It's day one. Also, you get to hear Angela. Hi, this is my best friend Angela. Angela from Bottom Surgery Corporation. It feeds on the evil that seeps out during conversations between people. This is our first abnormality. And this is our AI assistant. Hello, X. I give you a warm welcome to Lobotomy Corporation. I am Angela, your advisor and secretary. My role as an AI is to assist you in adjusting to your new workplace, so please have no worry in speaking with me or asking any questions. It's quite rare for an AI to have a name. I was born from one of the wings of the world. It signifies that I am one of the best to exist in this age. Ah, I know what you must be thinking. Your eyes show that you think I look too human to be an AI. Am I wrong? However, there is a great difference between us. I am bound here. I cannot go wherever I please like you do. I may be able to operate the systems of this corporation to open a door or prepare a cup of coffee for you, but I cannot take a step outside of this building to bask in the sunlight or feel the gentle breeze. Angela took your job? As what? Now, in regards to my appearance, as you can see, the color of my hair is that of the morning sky after a light shower. She's incredibly vain. The tone and shape... I mean, she's not, but, like, in this passage, it sounds like she is. The tone and shape of my voice is taken from the wisest person in the world. Thank you. Lastly, my face is picturesque of the person who had the most beautiful smile. Coffee getter and explainer of things. Yeah. I'll accept that. Haha, don't worry, that was a joke. There could be no such person on this earth. My appearance was designed with attractiveness to the largest number of people possible in mind. If the way I look is pleasing to your eye, then I am working as intended. Moving on, artificial intelligence is much more efficient in comparison to humans in terms of multitasking. I am the best in a majority of work fields. I am able to handle the work of several dozen people at once. And Angela's stealing everyone's jobs. This is what they talked about with AI and I don't want to talk about that, never mind. I'm certain many people have lost their jobs because of me. It's such a shame. See, they're talking about you, Rook. They're talking about you. Well, enough with introductions. Is there anything that you would like to know? Let's see. What do we want to know, chat? I've seen both of these options, so this is your time to shine. Which slows the stream down, but, like, who cares? I'm here for 2.5, 3 hours to play Bottom Surgery Corporation and cater to your desires. Just like Angela from Lobotomy Corporation. Tell me about yourself, baby girl. I mean, is she a person? What is there to say? I feel like she's already explained that she's the most beautiful person in the world. Hi, Mom! Why did you put a shrimp emoji in there? Okay, we're gonna Let's let Angela tell us more about herself. How should I describe this in layman's terms? I heard that it took an enormous amount of time and effort to create me. All kinds of new algorithms and features were developed, inscribing a new chapter in the history of artificial intelligence. I'm glad you love shrimp. And I serve the company. In search of a solution, we happened to stumble upon mysterious beings whom we dubbed abnormalities. Then we figured out that the energy could be harvested from these abnormalities via a special method. While AIs as a concept have become so commonplace that they are seen and used everywhere in this day and age, I am quite different in comparison to the rest of the pack. That is, I can closely imitate human emotions. This is not a simple task, as emotion is a highly sophisticated, originally biological system that is substantially more unpredictable and complex than any other. Along with other functions at my disposal, I will be your perfect partner. We get the shot here. You have joined the company at an opportune moment, by the way. Lobotomy Corporation is always looking for ways to improve its harvesting processes. Our systems are continually updated to support this. Speaking of which, there was a new update to the system right before you arrived. That means the working conditions have improved upon compared to those of your predecessors. Think of it as a small welcoming gift. You're telling me a shrimp lobotomized this corporation? I am. Best of luck for us. I was just about to mention you. You don't understand the concept of patience, do you? Oh, pardon my manners, manager. I was talking to one of the other AIs that work here. I should introduce her to you. Our facility is a huge one, and even I would have trouble managing it on my own. So if someone determined that there should be an AI to assume head control of each department. If I were to be considered the cerebrum, they would be the cerebellum. Naturally, of course, I should be your most trustworthy and capable companion among all the AIs. Well then, shall we greet her now? It's time to meet a girl. You can hear rushed footsteps from behind. This is Malkuth. Manager. I arrived just on time, right? The time is only about 1 minute late. Well, I guess it still counts as on time. Congratulations on joining Lobotomy Corporation, manager. I do not want to disturb this touching moment, Malkuth, but every second counts in Lobotomy Corp. Please make your introduction as brief as possible and go prepare for the meeting. It's really, by the way, like, I always forget that it's, well, I don't forget because it's referenced, but I always, like, black out in my mind that canonically this place is called Lobotomy Corporation. Like, it is a title, to be sure. Also, here's the why has it left my brain completely now? The Tree of Life from the Kabbalah. All of the AI, except for Angela, are named after aspects of the Tree of Life from the Kabbalah. It's fascinating. Seems Miss Angela isn't in a good mood today. But hey, at least the other Sephiroth are looking forward to meeting you. Well, maybe not all of them. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Malkuth. I'm in charge of the control team. Since we're the control team, we have a great deal of responsibility. I'll try my best to help you by improving the basic functions of this facility, manager. I'm sure you're a bit nervous right now. It takes a bit of time to get used to things around here. I know from experience. But don't worry, I'll be sure to help you. I am, not exactly the best at everything. I used to be a problem Sephiroth, you know? Halloween group costume aspects of the Tree of Life. Listen, who wants to be Keter? I would sew buttons onto a shirt in the wrong direction, or add salt instead of sugar to food. But still, you can do it. Just like I managed to, I'm sure you will succeed, manager. I'll give you an easy task since it's your first day here. I wish you the best of luck. Wham, 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 wham! I can't take it anymore! Manager, you're in there, right? I have to get out of here. Please! I know you're capable of it. You're the manager. You're not the same as the rest of us. You can do anything. Why do you want to quit? Don't you like working here in the control team? Every day here is a delight for me. It's so horrible. I can't take it anymore. I'll go insane. Nothing here is normal. At Lobotomy Corporation? Do you really think you can't handle it? Please. I don't want to be here. Let me out of here, please. I know, right? Wham wham subtitles for a sound effect that goes tap tap. If managers were actually capable... Like... I was about to describe the plot of Lobotomy Corporation. We'll get to there. Manager, even though you're the head of this facility, that employee belongs to my department, so I believe I can take care of this. Let me handle this, please. Should we handle it? Wait. Should we intervene or let her handle it? Should we handle it or let her intervene? I like to think that as the manager, nothing gets done unless we ask the employees to do it. I believe in our capabilities. Many people are saying this about Malkuth. My good friend Malkuth. Do you like her, by the way? I think she's cute. She's a very pleasant introduction to the cast of NPCs in this video game. Let's let her handle it. Thanks for acknowledging my position. Please don't be alarmed. These kinds of things happen quite often. Oh, right. It must be the first time you've seen something like this. Usually Miss Angela or I handle this kind of stuff. It's just a tiny hiccup. Nothing for you to worry about. No, please, manager. Please! It's time to complete 3 work processes with the abnormalities. I keep wanting to make jokes about flirting with her, which are bad jokes, and misrepresent me to the stream chat. I can vouch for your integrity as a human being. I promise this game isn't all, like, nothing is going wrong here. I mean, like, it's Lobotomy Corporation. Honestly, I think this opening scene is, intense in a way which, well, it doesn't mischaracterize. Hello! Pretty lady indeed. I got a really big notification on my stream manager for that first time chat. What was I saying? I think this opening scene being, like, relatively intense, it doesn't mischaracterize this video game, which is pretty intense overall, but, like, it's not always this overt. The mission is you can do this, which I'm glad that she believes in me. As Malkuth is explaining, every day we'll need to expand one department. It's day 1. And we're in Asia, the first layer. Are you ready to open up the control department and begin managing abnormalities? Hell yeah, Malkuth. I'm ready. I want to see my nuggies. Nuggets are employees of... Nuggets are employees. Memory repository and printed. That means that we can go back to this point in time at any time. There's 2 ways in which we can reverse time in the Lobotomy Corporation. One of them is by resetting the current day, which just takes you back to the beginning of the day. And the other one is to rewind to a memory repository, which happens every 5 days. So we can rewind to day 1, we can rewind to day 6, we can rewind to day 11. Is there a 5-year strategic plan? There's a 50-day strategic plan. Just like Nugget the Ravager from Decked Out. Could employees be Ravagers? To me, they are. Also, this is our first employee. Stuffy newbie May. Rook, pretend I didn't say that. Seems short-sighted. Goop. Goop. There's a several thousand-year strategic plan for this company. It's also 50 days long. And you shouldn't worry about it. This is our first employee. Stuffy newbie May. My best friend. Employees get various titles as you go through. I forgot to turn off that message. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals through Extra Life. You can donate early, I guess. But this is not my Extra Life game day stream, and I can't be bothered to turn that off right now. So don't worry about it. What was I saying? This is why I'm a bad streamer. Guys, they have free dental care at LobCorp. This is a good reason to work at LobCorp. May is the only employee that we need right now, I think. And we don't have any gear to equip her with. We get an announcement after each one to say it's a lie. We have 2 points, which we could use to either hire new employees or upgrade this one. Right now we only have 1 abnormality to manage, so I'm not worried about hiring anyone else. OMG, they got teeth? What do you mean they got teeth? Oh, dental care. Okay. Oh, right. I was talking about the way that they give you a mug after you work here a year and a pin after 5. I like the fiction you all are creating right now. Let's get a good look at our first employee. I wonder what this chip in our armbands is for. They look fantastically frustrated, but also they can't believe that they're working for one of the wings now, which is great. The way that time works is that if you reset a single day, nothing that you did on that day stays. So it resets entirely, but if you rewind to a memory repository, all of the information, gear that you collected will remain. Yeah, they look very intense. Yeah, the abnormalities definitely can't be that dangerous. Speaking of which, here's our first abnormality. We don't know anything about it at the moment. In order to collect information on this guy, we're gonna have to research. And in order to research, we need to do some work. So let's have May do... These are the 4 types of work. Fucked up looking skull. These are the 4 types of work. Let's have May do the first type of work. And watch that happen. What else? We can use points to either hire new employees or upgrade their stats. As their stats increase, they will be promoted and get different dialogue and also different titles. Right now, May is a newbie. May could become a control team captain or a, what are the other things? Executor, just employee. Bad decision, or doesn't like instinct. I've played this game before. Don't even worry about it. Drudgery, suffering pain, and looking hot. My best friends won't be too bothered by anything. Yeah, I get the idea. It's demonstration purposes, my friend. Demonstration purposes. So now we have 5 PE boxes. Unique PE boxes, it doesn't matter, which we can use to unlock information about the abnormality. What I want is basic information, so I'm not going to buy anything yet, but I could buy, like, how does he respond to instinct? How does he respond to insight? How does he respond to attachment? How does he respond to repression? How does he respond to drudgery, suffering, pain, or looking hot? What is this abnormality like when it escapes? What are the notes that I should know about how this abnormality behaves? I do have 2 mods. I have one mod that gives detailed work stats, and I have one mod that keeps agents on full-time after a reset, because I'm attached. And because numbers are good. Hopefully they are working. Let's do insight work next. Just like me, for real. It is nugtober. I do gotta know how he responds to a real hottie. Don't worry. We'll get there. You can see all the text going across the screen. It's a lot, honestly. In order to complete the day, we need to get 15 PE boxes. I will not go beyond that, because I mean, I definitely could if I wanted to, like, grind, but we don't need to, because we're really, early on. It's early days. And this counter is how close we are to a meltdown. We will see a meltdown. I should for the gift. I'm really fond of having my first employee get the ego gift, but any gift is good early on. We're gonna play it chill. Feels like nice stimuli. It is. So let's unlock the basic information of my best friend. 1 sin and hundreds of good deeds, also known as 1 sin. Zayn is the lowest difficulty tier of abnormality. Here is the ego gift that we were just referencing. This is a hat, which is a crown of thorns. You have a 5% chance of getting it every time you work with 1 sin. Funny Skull Man! 1 sin is our friend. I'll say that. Let's do some attachment work. I'll go 1 over the quota so we can get every type of work in, so everyone can see the funny things. Only 1 sin is not too bad. Yeah, there's hundreds of good deeds. And now you can see the abnormality has a name, it has a risk level associated. Lots of things can be earned by unlocking information about our best friend. Yeah, it has a clip-off counter. Does that follow Mona's angel name convention? Which one is 7 and which one is 6? Look it up for me, please. Because I would love to be a devil/angel named One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds. So you see I can complete the workday, and I have cleared the mission, which is just to perform 3 work. 7 is angel? Hell yes. One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds is my new angel name. I'm going to do one more so we can see a meltdown. We can see all types of work, and just to get a couple more boxes. Let's unlock the managerial guidelines for One Sin. Each of those asks for it. Sin doesn't do anything. It's got an X. Correctamundo. There's a clip-off counter. One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds will restore the employee's mental state when the work result is good. Soren, who received this benediction, commented that it felt refreshing. After the maximum number of PE boxes was produced with One Sin and Hundreds of Good Deeds, it restored the mental health of every employee in the department. And now you can see we've unlocked the Ego Suit. This is armor for your employees that you can buy with 10 PE boxes each. It's important to get information first, so I am not stressed. But I am going to learn that it prefers insight over instinct work. And what these mean is that One Sin restores SP when it has a good work result, and when it has 9 successful attempts at work, it will restore SP for all employees in the control team. And let's do one more. Actually, we're gonna have to do 2 more because there's gonna be a meltdown. I'm beefing it up. Work preferences and managerial tips first. Yeah, on higher, like, if I know what the abnormality is, which I do, let me explain a meltdown real quick. Meltdown will have, this is the number of containment units that will melt down when the meltdown occurs. And those containment units, you have to work with them within 60 seconds, or else their clip-off counters will reduce to 0, and either they will escape, or they will have whatever effect happens when their clip-off counter reaches 0. Nothing happens if you don't work with One Sin, because it doesn't have a clip-off counter. Nothing happens if you don't work with items. But I believe you do get an energy penalty, so you have to do a couple more works. Yeah, it lowers your current energy amount. You know what's up. I have encountered all but 3 abnormalities in my regular course of play. So there are going to be a couple that I'm like, I don't know what this one does. But I also forget. I mean, I know what their names are. I just forget what their problem is. And I have trouble. So I will go with managerial guidelines first for anything that is, like, I know this is dangerous, but I don't know why, or if it's, like, heat class or above. But otherwise, I like to do basic information, because then it just confuses me less. Let's quickly do some research on attachment and repression. So now we know for sure that attachment is the best work. These little 1 through 5 numbers, that refers to the agent's stats that are working with them. So all of May's stats are at level 1. So you can see 50% with instinct, 69% with insight, nice. 69% with attachment, 50% with repression. None of these are bad. If May had higher stats, instinct would be not good at all, repression would be not good at all. And insight gets slightly worse. But attachment stays good. So attachment is the preferred work type of this abnormality. And that's the basic of, you know, managing abnormalities at Lobotomy Corporation. You can see that once we've unlocked the information for that work type, we can see, normally you would just see like very high or high, but since I have detailed work stats on, I have the exact work time and the exact work success. My Gundam fell over. Don't do that, girl. I'm gonna lay her on her side because I can't be bothered to fix her right now. So one more, you can see that timer is ticking down now. It doesn't count if you were working with the abnormality that melted down. When it melted down, you have to go back and work with it again. Repression would be okay if it was all 5s, because the higher your temperance is, the higher the work success rates. True! That's a fact. Each stat does a different thing. You're giving me lots of opportunities to explain things. You can see here on May's stats that Fortitude increases your max HP, Prudence increases your max SP, Temperance increases your work success rate and work speed, and Justice increases your attack speed and movement speed. And we can unlock escape information, and now we know that 1 sin is not an escaping entity, so if it reaches 0 on the Clipoth, which it doesn't have, it don't do anything. And now you can see we're also able to buy the Ego Weapon. You can see what damage type it does, what the damage is, what the speed is, what the range is. These are what you're going to spend your extra PE boxes that you generate after you've completed your research R. And now that we're at observation level 4, we have an increased work success chance and work speed with 1 sin. My best friend, 1 sin. Did May get the Ego Gift? No, May did not get the Ego Gift. But that's our day 1 complete. Control team, you can do this cleared. You can see the stats that are displayed on the end screen are for how many promotions you got, which is your stats increasing to a level that gets you to basic employee level 1 to basic employee level 2, etc., etc. And how many died. I am running an older version. This version is from, like, December 2021. And I just couldn't be bothered to fix it. But thank you for letting me know. And this is the reward of how many points we get to hire new employees, and, Jesus Christ. I've been playing this game for a while. I'm just not very good at it, which is kind of how people are with Lobotomy Corporation. This is how many points we get to upgrade and hire new employees. It increases the amount of LOB points that you get depending on what your survival rate is. You can also see how much time you spent and when deaths were, when crises were, 100% survival rate. You know how it is. It does tell you how much your employee gained during the day. One of my friends uses the mod that gives you instant stat gains, which I hate because of abnormalities which have stat caps. I would not be able to stand it if I had instant stat gains. I understand that it's useful for some things, but it's not useful for enough things. Anyway, I think she's a weirdo and a freak, and this is about you, Emily. Censored. Yeah, Woodsman, censored, Singing Machine. I've had a couple Singing Machine incidents. Anyway, vibes, y'all. Mikhail the Scott, you're not allowed to vote. Because you know what these are. Do we go with Somewhere in the Distance You Can Hear Seagulls? Do we go with She Was So Talkative Before, Yet in the End Loneliness Was the Only Listener? Or do we go with People Have Been Committing Sins Since Long Ago. Why do they commit sins knowing it's wrong? Again, that's Seagulls, Loneliness, or Sins. I know what I can't remember exactly what the middle one is based on. Funeral Just Breaches, yeah. Sins. I can't remember exactly what the middle one is. Ocean and Loneliness. They fit two if everything's against each other. See, now we got a tie. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals through Extra Life, but I will be doing Extra Life in a month. I like the last one. You cannot vote, it's true. Boo-womp. We managed to get a three-way tie with 2 people. I mean, I'll let Mikhail. Don't say what the middle one was. Don't say what the middle one was. This stream directly disbenefits children. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we might get again later. Go break team. Let's go sin. Okay. When we're done picking. Don't say what it was after we're done picking either. I wish I could erase all memory of this game from my brain so that I could, like, play it again with no knowledge of the abnormalities on stream. But I can't. So I'm trying to keep as much mystery as possible. As for former children, I hate children. Hey, it's day 2, and we're back to Angela. Face the fear, build the future. That is the motto of our founder, the one whom we refer to as A. It's a mod that changes the quotes for abnos? That's cool, and you should link it in the chat so that I can look at it and see it. It's the motto of our founder, the one we refer to as A. Tell me, if you had to choose one, what part of the motto do you prefer? Do we prefer face the fear or build the future, chat? I get, like, the motto for Limbus Company is face the sin, save the ego. Thank you. Let me quickly click into that right now. It is hostile to you. I'm here to target Bruce specifically. You tie again, what's up with this? Oh, Rick said build the future, fear scary. Oh, that's what I was saying. I always get confused because Limbus... Thanks, I'll click that too. Limbus Company's motto is face the sin, save the ego. But Library of Ruina doesn't have a pithy, like, two-sentence quote like that, and I always think it does. Library of Ruina is book, librarian, star, and city. But it's not blank the blank, blank the blank. I'm gonna flip a coin. This does not matter that much. It's just a dialogue option. Flip a coin on my phone. Heads is fear, tails is future. Tails. Library of the Ruina. Library of the Ruina, Library of the Ruina. We're gonna build the future. The future is inevitable, but ever undecided. One may simply lie atop the sand of the future, or they may shape it with purpose. Lobotomy Corporation is an innovative company. The harvesting technologies we have discovered are such a... Please excuse my lack of vocabulary. It's simply remarkable. These technologies could be the salvation of mankind. With these, we will mold the future, creating brand new paths. It's time to hang out with Makuth! There was a bit of confusion last time, wasn't there? Usually, I am in charge of the security of your office. However, it seems that I failed to pay close enough attention to the Sephiroth meeting room. Yahayo! Hello, Spore Best Game. Lobocorp built the Combine Harvester. That's true. I heard that a control team employee has resigned from the corporation. Those scare quotes around resign are really doing it for me. Good job. You do know what it means to resign here in the company, don't you? I'll take that as a no. I do sometimes miscalculate what information I should deliver to you and what I shouldn't. Some aspects of our company that I considered natural and obvious may come as quite a shock to you. We have a variety of roles here. It's like a well-structured play. Every actor has a role, and they must be faithful to their part without any error, synergizing with each other. Now, imagine that one of the actors decides to leave the stage because they didn't like their role. The actor should have played their predetermined part at the predetermined timing before making their exit stage left. But to leave the stage without fulfilling their part means that the life of the role and its actor are finished. That is what we mean when we say someone resigns. Great job, manager. You did exactly what I asked of you. Stop making me laugh. I knew you could do it. You'll never guess how much I rooted for you back there. I don't remember theater club being that intense, Angela. You don't remember it that way. Can I ask why game in little square and not full screen? It's because this is my extra life layout. I'm gonna change it. before next month. But this was my Extra Life layout, and so I had incentives and like the donation goal and everything on screen, and I just got rid of that and didn't change a whole lot else. But the other side of the screen is still for chat, so sorry for the inconvenience. Your beautiful text faces can be on screen forever. Yeah. As for me, the day went alright. We covered a joint emergency protocol drill for my team. Not a single dropout or injury. Everyone did a good job. Not to say that it was perfect, though. By the way, manager, have you seen something creepier than the abnormalities? Those entities that wander the facility, unable to be contained, and sometimes they manifest themselves in the corridors. The drills do no good when you encounter them, since we don't have enough data on them, so we always have to stay alert. No matter how meticulous our plan is, we can't control the unknown. Sometimes, when I encounter them, I get a strange feeling. It's not like fear or anything. Some other sensation. Strange, isn't it? I feel nauseous, like something within me is palpitating out of control, and it feels like I'm no longer myself. How can I describe it? Like something's wriggling inside of me. Little by little. It's time for Semper Fi! We gotta complete 4 work processes, but not just any 4 work processes. We gotta complete 4 work processes with a good result. The amount of boxes which qualifies as a good result is different for different abnormalities. Not terribly different, but abnormalities with a higher rating of danger have more boxes in total. And so you have more chances to succeed, but also more chances to fail. A good result is, for 1 sin, for example, I cannot stress this enough, get TT2 first. It's true. I know this. Joint Command is helpful, but I'll be able to get it, like, in 2 seconds, so whatever. What just happened was that, whenever you complete a mission, you get a new research. You took it last. I'm so sorry. It's a management game. You have to be able to control the speed. Okay, I can tell by the amount of boxes that it takes to unlock information for this guy that it is Teth level, which is the second highest danger level after Zayn. And because we have a new friend, it's time to hire a new friend. I could customize, but not right now. The game is suffering. We could also increase their stats a little bit. I'm also not interested in doing that. Well, I'll tell you what. I know a couple things about the abnormality that we're about to be encountering, so I'm going to increase their HP a little bit. But hello, Diva. Diva's our new friend. We don't have any ego suits or ego weapons to distribute yet, so they're just using the basic weapon and the basic armor. The weapon doing red damage and the armor having a weakness to sorry. I don't know why I struggled so much. A weakness to black damage and an extreme weakness to pale damage. Okay. Oh, I was going to mention that what Malkuth was talking about in that last cutscene are ordeals, which is interesting because there's no possible way that you could encounter an ordeal by the time that you see that cutscene. Unless you got a very, very good first day, and only had to do like 2 work processes. You will see them later. This is our new friend. I mean our other new friend, other than Diva. Slowly scrolling over to Diva. Diva is a cheery newbie. This doesn't seem right. Bird up! And yeah, that's where we're at. Diva's very sad for a cheery newbie. My favorite lobotomy tradition, create custom characters for subscribers. I did that during Extra Life last year, or I had a donation incentive to name agents, which was very fun. but I'm doing this run so that I can develop a new cast of best friends. And so I'm not creating anyone custom so far. I might customize appearances, but I'm not doing custom names or anything, because I want a new cast of Blorbos. Will I create a Bong Bong? Absolutely. I need a Bong Bong, and I need a Lamarcus. And Lamarcus is a joke for me and like 2 other people, but I need a Lamarcus. Okay, here's our new friends. I can't not have a Bong Bong. It's true. Let's... See, I have a traumatic experience with our new friend, which is why I increased Diva's HP. The traumatic experience is that this was the first abnormality which ever killed an agent in my first playthrough, and I've been paranoid ever since. But we're gonna have a nice time. You're half of one of the 2 people that took us for, yeah. No, I did not try to suppress it. It just straight up damage in the containment area killed me. It was not good. I have never made that particular fuck up. That being said, I am playing a shared save of this video game with a couple of my friends, and most of us are very good. One of us has never played this video game before, and did end up killing our best agent by trying to fight the bird. Oh, we can't get basic information yet, and I know everything there is to know about this bird. So let's... Well, we'll wait for our friend to heal up. It's actually deeply frustrating that I don't have HP bars yet. I always forget that that's, like, a thing you have to unlock. We're fully healed. Let's go in and work with the bird again. Look at its little motions. It's stretchy. It sits on a little perch. Why did I do instinct again? I'm a fucking idiot. I went on autopilot. It does some burden. Yeah, for sure. It's also, you can tell that this abnormality does red damage because of these red little things that pop up whenever we get a bad work result. Whenever you get a bad work result, the abnormality will do damage to the employee, based on whatever damage type that it is. Doing red damage means that it will do damage to your employee's HP. This is why I increased my employee's HP. You understand. And the basic information is that this abnormality is called small bird. It's a small bird. Look at it. Birdie! See, we love Birdie. One of my the aforementioned friend who does instant work stat gains. I can't wait for his brothers! Birdie and his brothers. My friend who does instant stat gain has a small bird plushie, and I really, really... I wish I had it. Just like you. Just like you. It is definitely a small bird. Like, really, that can't even be denied. We should be working with One Sin as well. I've just been focusing on Bird, because Bird is the one that we need to research. And honestly... Well, no, we need some armor soonish. So let's go ahead and do some 2 simultaneous works. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals. And there's our meltdown. This time the meltdown targets Bird, and you can see that now that we have the basic information for Bird, that its risk level is Teth. Like I said, Teth is 1 level above Zayn. Zayn being the lowest level, Teth being the 2nd lowest level. Don't underestimate Teth. And that's why it has slightly more more boxes, as you can see, but its clip-off counter is 4. That means that it can be angered 4 times before it goes ham. It's very funny, thank you. And we don't want to anger it more than 4 times. Never estimate the beams. Let's look at the managerial guidelines for our small bird. With your help again. I hate you. When an employee entered the containment unit of another abnormality, small bird's clip-off counter lowered with a normal probability. So we can see that this is what I did pause. Yes, I did pause. This is what can lower small bird's clip-off counter. So clip-off counters can be lowered by multiple things. Often it's lowered by a bad work result, but sometimes there are other criteria. For example, working on any other abnormality that is not small bird. For sure. So we don't want to do that. We do want to do that, but we don't want to do that. He gets some spaghetti. I'll explain the gimmick of small bird when we see it, which we will. But for now, keep this in mind. This also happens when an employee falls into a panic. I actually forgot that that's a thing because it never happens to me. It's literally you. I believe you. Small bird voluntarily returned to its containment after a panicking employee returned to normal. It also returned after a period of time had passed. Again, I literally forgot about the first part of the statement. But this means that you don't have to suppress small bird. Normally, when an abnormality escapes, which happens when its clip-off counter reaches 0 most of the time, you have to fight it with your weapons, because that's what you do. Not true for a small bird, which will voluntarily return, but it might cause some damage in the meantime. As far as we know right now, I know more than this. But I can't say it. Because we're having a nice normal time. Heal a little bit, please. Thank you. Do we have enough to unlock an ego suit? We have enough to unlock an ego suit! I'm gonna focus on suits more than weapons for now. So it's like when there's a bird in Home Depot. It is exactly like when there's a bird in Home Depot. I cannot stress this enough. It is exactly like when there's a bird in Home Depot. Huh. Perfect. Why are you doing so bad? What I'm learning is that Diva isn't very good at working with birds. Diva, not a bird lover. The final managerial guideline, and also this unlocks the ego gift, is Emma was ordered to suppress Punishing Bird. The name is Punishing Bird. It has changed now that you've gotten more information. This happens sometimes. When they tried to attack it, the central portion of the abnormality split and redacted afterward. Afterward, Emma was confirmed to have died. The suppression order ended in failure. Diva does something like something you'd name a pet bird. Anyway, this is important. This is important. The moral of the story is that it's a bad idea to mess with the bird. You don't want to, nobody wants to. No one has died, and we've had a successful day at work. I have never messed with the bird. I did have an employee die to the bird, but I didn't, like, it wasn't my fault. Anyway, we gotta pick a new guy. Good work, thank you. However, the curse continues eternally, never broken. Everything will be peaceful while you are under the fairy's care. And loneliness again. So we got curse, we got fairies, and we got loneliness. Fairies immediately. I had a feeling that you might be into that. feel like an irresponsible streamer leaving this much dead air. This is what happens when you ask your chat for things. Moral of the story, never ask your chat for things. What, no way, you're not predictable like that? I believe you. Implicitly. I feel like the fact that your choices, Mikhail the Scott approved, is a good sign. You're eating pizza? I forgive you. I'm thinking about, I bought a little container of like fruits and cheeses and nuts that I had intended to eat as like a lunch replacement at some point, but I got the nibbles. So I might indulge. It sounds like everything will be peaceful while I'm under the fairy's care, so... Hey, it's day 3. Greetings, manager. It marks 3 days now that you have worked here. You guys should appreciate the music in this video game, by the way. It's like... The Lobotomy Corporation is held together by, you know... like, popsicle sticks and bubblegum, internally. But the, you don't like the curved sky? Yes. I agree. I had to remember for a second which one that was, because I was intentionally blocking it out of my brain. What was I saying? What was I saying? Music, thank you. The game is held together internally by bubblegum and popsicle sticks, but it's, the music is really good, so you should enjoy it. I'm always, like, surprised by how high budget the music is compared to everything else. Not that I have any gripes with this incredibly good video game, but you understand. The number 3 is a mysterious one. In age-old fables, it is common for a mysterious entity to appear and tell the protagonist to utter 3 wishes. Sadly, I am not a mage or billionaire that can grant your wishes. However, I do happen to know what your predecessors wished for. There were many aspirations. Common among them was the seeking of some kind of growth. To lead the company to prosperity, to achieve spiritual maturity, you name it. Each had wanted to flower in a different way. Which of those 2 would you want? Do you want the company to prosper? Or do you want to mature your spirit? I also like the music. I've listened to the main, like, management music for hours on end, just because I, like, leave the game on sometimes, and I, like, go to do something else while I pause a day, and then I don't think about it again, or I just spend an entire hour managing one day because I'm so paranoid and I keep pausing. And it hasn't made me sick of it yet. Mature the spirit like a good drink. Like a fine... You can say like a fine wine. I'm gonna mature my spirit like a fine wine. ... Come to think of it, there was another manager who gave me such an answer. As you know, spiritual is a rather obsolete term in today's world. So I asked him for the definition of spirit. Then that manager told me, well, I unfortunately do not recall the details of that conversation. You lie and you're a liar, but I understand. There's like, often Angela will say things like, actually I can't do that. And I'm like, I thought you were all powerful and artificial intelligence. Even an AI cannot store every bit of data, she knows. Unnecessary information should be deleted for smooth operation. So you may be asking yourself if your predecessors managed to fulfill their wish. I suppose what happened to the others is not important after all. I do promise to cheer you on for the journey to your final goal, though. Thank you. Today we expand the control team again. Did I not complete? I definitely didn't complete 4 operations with a good result. Because I fucked up so bad. She does open her eyes. Spoiler alert. We have a new guy. You can tell that it's Zayn level because the basic information only costs 8. This is my secret tip for everyone. You can tell the risk level of an abnormality by seeing how much its information costs. 8 is Zayn, 12 is Teth, 16 is he, 20 is Wa, and 24 is Aleph. Angela eye reveal. It'll be soon-ish, I think. It might happen this stream. It's been an hour already, but it still might happen. It's time to hire a new friend to hang out with the fairies. This is Mirabelle. Hi, Mirabelle. We have a lot of points, relatively, for this point, so let's increase your temperance, since we need to complete some good works. This is just like Jesus Christ. Good works. Sorry. That was nothing. Here's our ego suit. You can see the details of it. Some of these I always forget that they do, but some weapons and suits have special effects. The special effect of this ego, which is called Penitence, the weapon and the suit have the same name, heals your SP plus 10 with a 5% chance upon receiving red or black damage. Cool! This won't help you survive red damage, but it will keep you from freaking out. When your HP reaches 0, you die. When your SP reaches 0, you panic, and the behavior that an employee displays while they're panicked depends on what their highest stat is at the time. Anyway, you can also see a little story, but I can't be bothered. And we're going to give this to May, and we're going to give it to Mirabelle, since Diva has high HP anyway. We can also increase some of May's stats. Although May is currently pretty much exclusively working with one sin, so they don't need higher stats necessarily, and I'll let you know that while Fortitude, Prudence, and Temperance only take 1 LOB point to, I call them lob points in my head, but it feels weird to say that out loud, to progress them to level 2, Justice requires 3 points to progress them to level 2, which we have, and it might be worth it because we're not going to get an opportunity for a good repression trainer for a while, but you can see that it's different. It's time to begin management. And here's our new friend! Look at our new friend. These are the fairies who everything will be peaceful when you're under the care of. Let's go ahead and work with them first, shall we? Mirabelle. Lob. It's every pronunciation that I have in this video game is bullshit, and you should know that before we continue. I feel pretty confident that I'm right about things like Clip-Off, and I guess other things about Clip-Off, mostly, because that's the one that's, Sephiroth and Sephiroth, I feel confident, but like, who's to be sure? You might see these guys walking around the facility occasionally. I don't actually know if you can see my cursor. You might see the little clerks down at the bottom of the screen walking around the facility. Hey, look, before we say all pronunciations that become truth, correct. You can see that the fairies are still hanging out with Mirabelle. That's great. Who is a suave newbie. We can't see your cursor. Good, thank you for letting me know. The clerks are not employees. There is a really cool mod that I should download that makes them capable of becoming agents if they successfully suppress an abnormality or get the last hit on an abnormality, which is awesome. But mostly they are death risks. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals. They're death risks because there are certain abnormalities which count the number of deaths there have been in the facility, and clerks count, even though there's very little you can do to avoid clerks dying. They wield an ineffective gun, their armor cannot be increased, and they wander around the whole facility just, acting like that. But if clerks die and you don't have an abnormality that's counting deaths, there is still a consequence, because the number of clerks that you have contributes to this, the clerk benefit level, which gives various... They're kind of not for shooting abnormalities. I mean, it can be if you want. I believe. It gives various benefits. This one's increasing movement speed, which is helpful. But it also, like, speeds up the process of healing, I believe. I could be bullshitting that. Oh boy. Don't worry about it, Rook. But this gauge fills up. And then whenever it fills up, you get a little burst of HP, SP recovery. Diva, I thought you were supposed to be a cheery newbie, and you're having such a tough day at work. Also, May is not having a good time either. I'm sorry that I zoomed in on you. Anyway, back to it. Let's do a little more work with the fairies so we can get that basic information up. The music cut out, and now I feel weird talking to you. Mirabelle, come back. This is your job. You're under the fairies' care. They're having days at work, that's for sure. For sure. What's up with the fairies so far? What we know about the fairies from experience is that when the employee leaves the containment unit, some of the fairies follow them out, which is fun. Also, they seem to have a little bit of a healing effect. You can tell when an employee heals based on little green sparkles or blue sparkles, depending on which stat is healing. After a good result, that is. I mean, that's the only kind of result we've gotten, but yes, you're correct. See, there's the little fairies. They're friends! They're friends, for sure. I've also never... Well, I'll say that in a minute. This is a fairy festival. They're fairies! Managerial guidelines. First of all, when the work result is normal or good, small fairies appeared around the employee. Second, the small fairies will heal the employee's HP over a limited time. Also, the ego gift just makes your hand glow, which which is always fun when it happens. Mirabelle, come back. You're about to be sent into the into the chamber again. I'm back in the fucking building again! Like Eggman. You can also see... Thank you. I appreciate it. When an employee enters a containment unit, this is also true when an abnormality breaches or when an employee panics and another employee is in the same room. We have collected half of the energy. We have not made any sacrifices, and I don't know what you're talking about, Angela. When that happens, the employee has a fear reaction. For all of the abnormalities we have worked with so far, that reaction has been calm, which is nice. But if the level of the employee is not sufficient, the stats of the employee are not sufficient, they will have a fear response, which is higher. I've not even lost any clerks. And that fear response will cost them SP at the beginning of the encounter. And the final managerial guideline, if an employee under the fairy's care is assigned to a different containment unit, they will immediately die and be consumed by the fairies. This has never happened to me. And I'm glad to say this has never happened to me. It has happened to a couple of people that I know, but the thing is, the fairies wear off so fast, it is almost impossible to have this trigger. Yummy, yummy. The reaction they have when they're afraid is calm. Well, that's the best possible reaction. Other reactions include, like, alarmed, terrified. And then we can see all of the work details. We can tell that they enjoy instinct and attachment best, but I've upgraded Mirabelle's attachment, so actually they really just enjoy instinct best. We have the weapon and suit, wing beat. I didn't mention that the suit has different responses to different... I'm afraid, so I'm feeling pretty calm right now. Different amounts of defense against different types of damage. So when you get to higher levels of armor, you might have to make trade-offs where armor is really weak to red damage, but it's very strong against pale damage. Overall, though, there is a modifier based on the level of the gear in general. So Zayn armor is less effective than Teth armor overall, even if its numbers are comparable. Because if you are, for example, fending off attacks from a Teth abnormality, Zayn armor will... A Teth abnormality will do proportionally more damage to Zayn armor. And this is true ascending all the way up the scale of risk. More information that you don't necessarily need to know. But there it is. We're going to work a little bit more with Punbird. We still need to get full research on Punbird and full research on Fairy Festival. Listen, I like the information too. That's why I say it. And then a meltdown triggers with 1 sin. That's why I didn't send 2 out to work at once, so that we can now send May out to work with 1 sin. Bird spilled her ketchup. I know. That's what the punishment is for. Spill her ketchup all over her beautiful white belly. And now she has to punish forever. I do know this. But you're being too sweet to me in this public sphere. She can't eat her fries. Oh, I forgot to mention that ego gifts also have a practical effect. Shocking. None of our employees right now have any ego gifts, but because they're in the control team, they do have slight benefits. The longer you stay in the same department, you also get more benefits. For example, you can see, if you can read that tiny text, that May's movement speed is +5, whereas Diva's is +3, because May has been in the control team longer. Yeah. But ego gifts also give you, shut the fuck up. I don't know why I'm being so mean to you for saying things that are just objectively funny. Mirabelle has a better yeah, Mirabelle does have a better success rate because she has better temperance, but, Diva is the one who has enough health to endure, so... We're not. Brucey, you should read Blue Lock. And that's all I have to say about that. Ego, my best friend Ego. For sure. Right, ego gifts have effects. They can be very, very, very good. You can also stack a ton of them, which makes your employee look like a freak. And that's what I love. Blue Lock is a sports manga. It has 1 season of anime adapted about soccer, and it's like really fucked up and evil in a way that I really, really enjoy. I eat it with my mouth. We can now see the ego suit and ego weapon for Punishing Bird. Punishing Bird's ego weapon is a gun. Its ego suit is... the numbers here are objectively better than the Zayn ego that we have so far. This will not always be true. The bird has a gun. Oh my god, you've been typing that this whole time. Relaxed, negative, calm, neutral. Nervous, terrified, hopeless, overwhelmed. Reverence, yes. This time we cleared the mission, so I'm happy. specific scale. Nervous? Reverence is my favorite. But that's just because I'm not... Nervous doesn't adequately describe, like, my actual mental state. I just think that I've experienced enough things today that I've been like, oh, I don't want to do this necessarily, that, I deserve nervous. Today it's, save us now and forevermore, the truth shall set us free. Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. The satisfaction is only temporary, though. I'll let you know that what we're selecting this time is not a guy, it's an item. And items are slightly different. I cannot be bothered to learn what the items are. There is one item that I am going to veto, but I'll know it when I see it. So it's the truth, the hearts, or the satisfaction. Rook is feeling hearts. I really can't be bothered to learn the, I'm not vetoing the train, but the train is what made me fuck up Extra Life so bad. Everybody loves the train. We're feeling hearts? Okay. Every fourth abnormality in a given department is going to be an item. So you can get 3 regular abnormalities and then 1 item. Angela wants to know if we take pride in what we do here. If not, this recent news will likely change your mind. After your arrival, the rate of energy output has increased by 13%. If you still don't feel the significance of this figure, then let me add that it's a record-breaking percentage. How do you feel? Can we take pride in that? The item that we're going to veto is a backer abnormality, which means that we don't need it for item dissolution, for final dissolution anyway. It's also, like, no fucking way. You know which one I'm talking about. You've already stated that you're feeling nervous. Not the clock. The clock is fine. I fucking love the clock. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the button. Actually, is the button an item? The button might be a regular abnormality. I can't remember. Either way, fuck that thing. Don't touch me is not my beloved. Don't touch me is not my beloved. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it if we see it. I'm vetoing it. Cause fuck that thing. The button immediately kills like all of your employees. Potentially, like it's so bad. You even try and interact with it, and it ruins everything, and makes an extremely loud noise. And I took it without thinking once, and it's so bad. Yeah, it crashes the game. It's so bad. If you keep it in your facility and don't touch it for long enough, it will start disguising itself as other abnormalities to make you accidentally click it, which is hilarious, but I'm not doing that. It's really cool, but no way. I'm not subjecting you to that. It's so bad. You don't need it for anything. Yeah, it breaches every ab though. It's so funny and so fucked. Ever since you began working here, the company has been taking strides in improvement. This means you're performing your role well. This shows that there should only be good news to come. A machine such as myself doesn't flatter easily. Bald is awesome. We are taking bald is awesome. I mean, not necessarily, but I think people will like bald is awesome enough that I'll have to take it anyway. This stream does not benefit. Machine versus... It is good to know that you're happy with your work. I remember your face the very first time you came here. You were so withdrawn, face all gray and grim, and you were all nervous about my presence. It's only been 4 days, Angela, Jesus. Don't worry, it's okay for you to be happy now. Today is a rather special day. Do you see that bottle of champagne on the table? Allow me to pour you a glass. Shall we toast? This is the lobotomy corporation symbol. This is how you can read the message log. You can also see your Sephiroth missions. I never use this button, but it's there for you if you so desire. Today's occasion, you must be happy. You could say. It looks like shrimp. Pax would be happy to hear you say that. Today's occasion is not something as monumental as someone's birthday or the company's day of founding. You lost an employee for the first time yesterday. In fact, many more shall follow. I'm telling you this just in case you were unexpectedly shocked by the news. They had known the risks from the beginning. The company grows, fertilized by their sacrifices. It's as simple as that. This message came to me genuinely after the day that I lost an employee to Punishing Bird, my first playthrough, and I thought it was so cool. Every other time it has not actually happened when I have legitimately lost an employee, but I still think about it. Employee resigned. I am sure they would have felt proud of themselves as they took their final breath. Accepting their deaths with equanimity, I actually don't know how to pronounce that. I'm usually pretty good at this. Equanimity would be the greatest respect you can pay to them. That is why I popped this bottle of champagne I've kept for so long. 3 cheers for the deceased, in memoriam of their noble sacrifices. Do we drink? Equanimity is correct? I hope so. It feels like it would be correct, but I said equanimity the first time, because I didn't think that the rest of the word would be equanimity. Drink you pee? Okay. Allow me to give you a small bit of advice. To properly drink a glass of champagne. Do not drink that shit. His ass is not cooking. One should gently hold the lower stem of the glass, and then take it in lightly, savoring the bubbles. Perfect. Just like that. It's Malkuth time. You know that it's puppy time. You did it again. You did it flawlessly, too. I myself have a lot of work to do. If you look at my notebook, my to-do list is always so full. But I know I can get through it. I should do my best, like I always have. Can she tell that you're drinking it when her eye is closed? She's an AI. I know I'm slower than the others. I always have to check my list or I'll miss something important. You did it again! What the hell? That's why I have this notebook with me all the time. Can't leave any mistakes, you know? I've been carrying it for so long that it's almost worn out. It's been with me ever since I began working here as the Sephiroth of the control team. I know Lady Angela worries about me from time to time, but I've got everything under control. I feel like this is the kind of life I've been yearning for ever since a long, long time ago. Maybe even before I was capable of thinking. I'm surprised that you would not respect the sacred institution of notebook you've had for way too long, Rook. Feels as if I've wished for the same thing before, in some other place that wasn't the control team. Can't leave my mistakes at home. Malkuth, please finish the report I requested by the end of today. I do like that Angela completely cuts off the grim music interlude this time. Sure thing, boss. I've got it right here on my list. I'll have it turned in by the end of the day. Well, let's get going now. It's a pleasure talking to you, manager. The AIs here, they're all unstable, with the exception of me. It's especially bad for Malkuth. You've noticed, haven't you? I can't complain, though. It only makes it easier for me to control her. Again, it's really overt in the first. It gets more nuanced. This particular mission we're not going to complete for a minute, because it requires there to be 8 containment units under meltdown, and our days are not lasting long enough for that. We're going to need Joint Command here pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one. I'm 10 among these 3s. And I'm a 10 among these 3s, Jala. Okay, I get it. I was like, what the fuck is a gala? What was I saying? Right, the first development that we took from the control team was being able to speed up the passenger time. which is essential for any simulation game where you do things and they take a long time and they're tedious. I haven't done it yet, but I can now. The second development that we just took allows us to click on things in other departments and switch between our departments to order employees to do other things. Like, I can order control team employees to work on an information team abnormality. This is like a basic feature, which I'm always surprised is not there from the beginning, but I guess that's the point. Sometimes I forget to take joint command, and I'm like, why can't I do the things that I need to do? And we have a new friend. You can see that the process of research for item abnormalities is also different. You have to research them and get their basic information by signing their contracts. Is what in their contracts? Oh, that they can't work in other departments. I see. I don't think unions are a concept that exists in Project Moon City. I'm sorry to say. There is no worker solidarity. There is only, like, getting so supremely fucked up that you turn into a big monster. Working a job they aren't hired for. I hear you. You need to use the item a certain number of times or for a certain amount of time. Certain items are continual use, certain items are numerical use. So it might say, use it for 2 minutes, use it for 30 seconds. You get Arbiter jump scared. I think that's true. I think Bino would kill you if you tried to unionize. But for this one, we have to use it a certain number of times. You can sometimes cheese this, you can sometimes not. I genuinely forget a lot about these items. I'm gonna play it pretty safe, but I still might fuck this up. Can I add union programming to this game as a mod? I invite you to. Let's hire a new guy. Let's hire Arskit, a name I have never seen before. And we'll give them plus prudence, because we don't have an employee with plus prudence yet. I didn't get any new ego, so we're leaving them. One of them you can choose as a painting. I don't know which one. Yes, I do know which one you're talking about. I think. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can almost you can also cheese the train. Or skip. Thank you. I think you can cheese the train anyway. I believe the previous times that I've researched it. Oh! I remember. I don't have any ego weapons, so I can't use this item. We'll use it in a bit. But I will go work with one sin so we can get some items that are easy to cheese. We did get full research. No, we didn't. We're gonna do a lot of work at the same time today. What? Yeah, I did instinct for that like an idiot. I don't know why I would have done that. I can see the numbers on my screen. I know they're not good. I always get this guy as my first item, and I always forget what the description is. Cheese train. I know. Don't you wish you were working on a cheese train? It is like a gravy boat. Hi, Arskit. Now I can proudly tell people have joined the wing. Arskit is earnest. Thank you, Arskit. Speed this up a little bit. Today's gonna be tedious. We don't have a lot to do. I might give Arskit some work experience, even though I'm really waiting for May to get this ego gift. Because it's not your first employee if they don't have penitence. There we go. Now we got one weapon, which we're going to have to wait for tomorrow to assign, but tomorrow we don't get any new abnormalities either, so it's equally as boring. Love an earnest little guy. Me at work IRL. So true. See, this is the other thing. When you unlock escape information for an abnormality that does escape, like Punishing Bird, it'll also tell you what types of damage you should use on it. This is how they fucking get you. They bait you by telling you it's vulnerable to all forms of damage. And they're like, ooh, come attack my abnormality. And it's like, and then you die. And why would they do that? Cruelty, for the sake of cruelty. Fairy Festival is not escaping. It just kills people by ways that are means that are fundamentally impossible. Punch this bird. I'm not doing that. I'm still waiting for May to get this ego gift, so we'll give it a minute. Come I don't like you. I'm not a fan. Yeah, we can send... No, we can't. You don't have any armor and you have 15 health. I know that Fairy Festival is, like, really kind, but I'm not doing that. The problem is that everything except for one sin does red damage, and I'm not sending someone with 15 health into an abnormality that does red damage, because that's a... It's not good, folks. You don't have a fun time when that happens. I know I can't settle for merely half the energy. Baby girl, I would never do that. You have plenty of... Yeah, you have plenty of SP, so I will send you in to do one sin work, because I can't leave you not doing anything. I would feel bad. I would just feel bad. Would you get all the abnormalities together and they also make a union? This is a compelling idea. A book club. Do you think they would get along? A union... A union should be a book club. One more. One more. May is gonna get the Crown of Thorns hat. And I believe this. And I know this. And it will happen. And it will happen. I've never been wrong ever in my life. There we go. Day's over. And we have just enough for one more ego suit. You do think the abnormalities would get along? That's nice. Do you think One Sin and Ketchup Bird would get along? Do I think One Sin and Ketchup Bird would get along? I think they both have thoughts about sin, so, like, surely. May and Mirabelle have leveled up. So we have 2 promoted and none dead. A perfect time. And do their nails. One Sin, I would like to remind you. This could be really funny, and I am certain you did not intend it this way, but I would like One Sin to do the nails on the cross, and I would like Punishing Bird to do the nails on the talons. Our founder, A, has said this to me many a time. Each successful experiment makes you a better person. The greatness of this company was founded on multitudes of trials and hardships. I love you, Rod. So you too shall become great. Each day in the company is another small experiment towards shaping your life for the better. How has your day been today? Well, of course it was fine. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals. Thinking about painting Sin's teeth, this is also good. Let's spare the pleasantries, no? Manager, how's your life been? How do we feel about our life? Bad? Neutral? Just okay? All of these don't say good, which is really funny to me. I always forget that the options are like, it's terrible, or it's fine, or It's fine, again, but phrased differently. Why are we telling an AI our personal details? I feel you. I'm canceling Angela. This is also a good song. I particularly like the song that played during the last cutscene because I like when it is excessively upbeat, but could be better. Feels like maybe what Angela wants to hear, since I have a sneaking suspicion she might want to fix us for enrichment. I am so interested to hear what your takes on the narrative are. But for the sake of no other opinions, radio with it could be better. I cannot see the color of your life as you do. While I am unable to console you with empty words such as, "That's not true," many things will change while you are here. That much is clear. This is a simple metaphor, but the seed of a tree will not grow just anywhere. It requires fertile soil, the right temperature, and fresh water. However, most seeds fall on barren soil. For those malfallen seeds, stretching out their roots and sprouting even small leaves are challenges full of pain. I cannot provide you with water or sunlight. However, I will do my best to tend to the soil. Today we finish expanding the control team, and tomorrow we begin expanding the information team. Angela, baby, you can fix me. You think? We don't get any new abnormalities today, because we already have all 4. The way that this will work, as usual, is that we get, well, it works like this in all but one department. You get 3 days where you get 1 normal abnormality each. On the 4th day, you get an item abnormality, and on the 5th day, like the Sabbath, you rest. Back to the joke you made about how this is just like Jesus, you made it too early. I literally don't remember what I made that joke about, but I do remember making it. Penitence does white damage and has a chance to recover SP on attack if the wielder has 2+ justice. This means that May, who has 2... Just trust me on this one. May has 2 justice, but this display is not good. And who else? Diva is a good tank, so... Yeah, Diva's a good tank but has bad SP, so we're gonna give Diva the other white weapon. And we have enough to give Arskit a suit, and Diva a different kind of suit, if we like, which is objectively worse. Well, it's not objectively worse. It endures red damage slightly better, but it endures black damage not at all. It also doesn't have a special effect, so it's mostly worse to me. But it's good for everyone to have a suit that is not the generic uniform. And you can see the fashion. My friend, this is a shameless plug, my good friend Lemmy Arbiter Corp is working on a Lobotomy Corporation mod which changes all of the suits to look different and special and fancy. Is working with a variety of artists for this, and I'm really, really excited to see how it turns out. And I'm really, really excited about it. And that's all I have to say about that. So you should follow @ArbiterCorp on Twitter so that you can see that. I'm going to put that in the chat right now because I'm a shameless plug for my friend Lemmy. I'm pretty sure their @ is still Arbiter Corp. If it's not, I'm going to be really embarrassed. We're going to hire a new employee, that's what I was going to do. Min Sung. Hello, Min Sung. Maybe Min Sung should get the the ego suit that's not very good. We're gonna have another temperance up. I am gonna give the ego suit that's not very good to Minsung. And begin management. And now that we have an ego weapon equipped, I happen to know in advance that that's how this works. We can use our new item. I also like their hair. Timid newbie. They don't look timid. None of these guys look like their personality would suggest. And also you can see that Mirabelle has graduated from suave newbie to suave employee. Same thing for May. Graduated to stuffy employee. That's because they are now rank 2. May, you have a weapon. No? What is wrong with you? This is... Okay. No, I'm being an idiot. They don't have a weapon. I was looking at the wrong spot on the... No, May does. May has a weapon. Let's try Diva. What would my adjective be? I literally have an employee who is me currently in the shared save I'm doing with my friends. So I guess I'm gonna go with whatever that is, which means I have to look at a screenshot that has me in it. So, give me like 5 seconds. No, no one is... What the hell? Okay. That's really fucked up that this weapon is bugged, that this abnormality is bugged and not working right now. Let me look at the technical difficulties. We might restart the day just to see if we can make it work if we retry. Give me like a minute. Abnormality being abnormal? I know. Oh, I forgot how this works. You not only need a weapon, you need energy. So I need to work on a different abnormality first. That's a good thing that I looked in the comments of the fandom wiki. Let's see. Let's send Arskadin to work with Onsen. Trying to think of what your adjective would be. That's a good point. I should go back to looking at that instead of looking at the fandom wiki. I will miss you too much, so just warning you. Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. I know I sent a screenshot that had me in it just recently, but we then started yelling at my friends, so... my descriptor in that save file is Ferocious Comprehender. So I'm ferocious, apparently. And that's what you need to know about me. I think that Ferocious Comprehender describes me pretty well, if I'm being honest. I am very passionate about comprehending things. Yeah, you can get a lot of different titles. My friend, who is also in this screenshot, is a cold-blooded fire eater. Which feels like a contradiction, but I mean, I like it. Okay, I forgot that I need to show how this works. Hooray! Yippee! Wahoo! This abnormality has unique animations for agents. The abnormality is a mysterious marble which hangs in the containment unit. It can be utilized to fortify an ego weapon, which will consume a small amount of the facility's currently collected energy. Let's send May in to do that again. And it works! I know. It's a marble. It's just surrounded by shrimp. A marble with shrimp on it. Now that we've used it twice, we can see that it is a Zayn class item called Old Faith and Promise. I'm going to speed it up a lot because we're about to use this item a lot. You're telling me. The good thing about item abnormalities is you can use them immediately with no cooldown after they have been used previously. This does legitimately increase the stats of the weapon that you're holding. It's also, as you can see right here, not necessarily a good deal. So, check the log again. The fortified weapon will have higher attack power, however there's a possibility of losing the ego during the fortification process. The fortified weapon will lose the abnormality's power after the day has passed. So even if you succeed several times in a row, it only lasts for the day, which could be helpful. And there's always a chance. It's gambling. I mean, there's always a chance that you lose it. And then you just go back to having the standard riot stick. These weapons are, you know, easy to gamble because you can get them very easily. It really sucks when you don't know what this thing does and then you send an employee in there with, like, your best gear, and then it takes you another 5 days to get that gear back after they lose it. And one more. I believe this will be the 7th use, so we can stop using Old Faith and Promise, which I never use normally. There it is. And we're fully researched. You can see that items have the same, you know, containment unit frame as other abnormalities mostly, besides the, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there lore about it? What, the marble? I can tell you the lore about the marble. The 1, 2, 3, 4 replaces the normal area where you would see the positive and negative attempts go up. You can see it also has like this little gear instead of a PE box, but that part still exists. It has a clip-off counter, even though it can't possibly have a clip-off counter. Yeah. A lot of the things about items don't apply like they do to normal abnormalities. You can see the 0 would normally be the +9, +8, whatever, of your attempts on a normal abnormality. The lore for Old Faith and Promise: a mysterious marble which hangs in the containment unit. We know of an ancient practice, the countless promises that were made, and the unending faith placed in them. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals. However, all that they yielded was only hollowness and betrayal. Those betrayed hearts sank into the depths, slowly forgotten in the ever-lengthening corridors of time. If you make an attempt with an austere heart, devoid of desire or expectation, however, you may receive an unexpected reward. All of the abnormalities have lore like this, which I can read, theoretically. A lot of those stories are a little bit long, but I don't mind. I I'd say if you have one that you're particularly curious about, I'll go and read it while we have a slightly boring time. Grinding out ego gear and so forth. I do like the abnormality lore. That's where the quotes come from that you get before each choice. So there are always quotes from the abnormalities lore. You could hear when I was talking about Old Faith and Promise that those betrayed hearts sank into the depths. The lengthening corridors of time, all that. It's part of it. I should send May in to be working with... Okay, when an item... I was about to, like, start talking about something and then a meltdown happened. When an item abnormality melts down, you really don't need to go use it because it can't possibly lower its clip-off counter or break out. You will incur an energy penalty for not addressing the meltdown, but I don't care. Because energy is really... We're not running a lot of risks at this point, so losing a little bit of energy is not a big deal. And I don't feel like like I could send Diva down there with a penitence again, but it's just like, it's a lot of work to use items whenever they melt down, and you truly don't have to, so I tend to not. This machine runs on lore. The machine being you, I assume. I know this about you. What I was about to say was I need to keep sending May into one sin, because, oh, you can see the energy go down in like 3, 2, 1, boop. It just takes 5. Like, it's not a big deal. That's like one work, half a work of energy. You can also see that Zayn abnormalities produce less energy than working with Teth abnormalities. This continues to be true for all difficulty classes higher. So, like, working with an Aleph is more profitable than working with a Zayn. It's also significantly more dangerous. What I really like about the... Actually, I'm going to wait until Brucey gets back to say that. Because Brucey likes game designer. I want them to hear this. Oh, of course, Fairy Festival melts down while I'm working with it. But what I was gonna say is that I need May to keep working with one sin, because I'll be really annoyed if someone else gets the ego gift before they do. Oh, there's Fairy Festival. The thing about the faster speed is that I will, like, check my phone really quick while work is going on, and then immediately it'll be like, you need to be doing this right now, and I'm like, ah! I particularly like the lore for Punishing Bird, because Punishing Bird is a friend who has implications. We'll see more of Punishing Bird. Punishing Bird is spiritually significant for Lobotomy Corporation. Yeah, that's something we use for slower speeds in games, phone time. Yeah. I could always speed it up more if I wanted to not be bored at all, but I feel like 2 is the sweet spot for me. Oh, Min Sung got promoted instantly after I hired you because I made you do instinct work the whole time. Whenever I'm about to say instinct or insight work, I have to, like, pause for a second to make sure I'm about to say the right one. So 1 promoted, none dead, 9 reward, which is good because you're about to have to hire some more employees. Okay. Here's loneliness again. Here's seagulls again. And then what's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. Loneliness, seagulls, pitifully dying. Death! It's a thought. Seagull could be friends with bird. Also true. Oh, wait. Seagulls. Yeah. I hear you. I also... I'm gonna be real. I was a little sad when you guys didn't pick seagulls the first time, because seagulls are my friends. As you were aware, there are numerous employees working for our company. I have drawn the abnormality that seagulls relates to several times. I love it in a way that I think few other people do. A majority of them would like to know more about you as a person. Some will take the initiative and attempt to approach you first. It's rather funny. Knowing who you are will not do anything to improve their odds. There are no regulations to prevent them from coming all the way to your office to interact with you face to face, unfortunately. It seems the one who set those rules in place did not consider situations like this. And I suppose this may be a good opportunity for you to show them that you are generous and caring enough to have chit-chats with your subordinates. Words tend to travel faster than you think. I will not stop you from meeting with someone if there are employees who wish to visit you. But please keep in mind that you do not have to do everything they ask of you. Simply thank them for their effort. Tell them you hope that they will keep up the good work. That will benefit both parties, don't you think? Are you still following me? What we need is a gesture of goodwill and nothing more. Do not go overboard and listen to whatever nonsense they have to say. I know, it's like Angela's giving you the anti-union playbook here. Give them a vending machine, and next they will come knocking, demanding a bar. I expect you to make the right decision. No decisions to make in that conversation. Here's my new friend, Yesod! Other pronunciations that I almost certainly get wrong. Malkuth, Yesod, Netzach, Tifereth, Hod, Geberah, Chesed. Chesed? I say Chesed in my head, but then I get in my head about it, and I say Chesed. And then what? Paid time off? No, never. What you need to understand about the world of Lobotomy Corporation and like Project Moon City in general, it's Yesod! You did not miss any gruesome deaths, but the next abnormality that we're getting is a new friend who I like. Angela was just telling us that not to listen to our workers. Right, the world of the city, which Lobotomy Corporation takes place in, and that all Project Moon games take place in, is like true capitalist hell. It's not good for anyone. I'm in charge of the information team in its department. I'll give you a proper greeting later. You planning to open up the information department before starting the day? Yes, I am. Here we go. Here's a memory repository imprinted. Like I was saying earlier, this is a time that we can return to if things go horribly wrong, which I'm sure they won't. Let's hire a new employee. Let's hire Yuri. And Yuri, we're going to give a lot of improvements to. Because Yuri, I mean, what can you do? I have a lot of points to spend. Now we can see that something has changed. Our greatest ordeal is now Dawn. Dawn is the lowest level of ordeal. We will see it. soon. I know, this too is eerie. We will see it soon. It's a new element to add to our considerations of things which should be happening. Let's give Yuri some armor. Actually, let's give Diva some armor. Because Yuri is already kind of buff. We'll give Yuri the worst armor. And Yuri can have a red damage weapon. My greatest ordeal every day is dawn. I understand. Let's see. Arska can have a white, or a red damage weapon rather. And then just handing these out like candy. Has to get up at 7 a.m. now? No. Why would they do this to you specifically? Here's the information team! It's quiet employee Yuri's time to shine with our new friend, Shrimp. There are shrimp in this video game. So let's work with a shrimp. This is my best friend. I am this abnormality's biggest fan. Show me those words. You're really missing out on life if you've never tried shrimp. I really need to send her a picture of shrimp. Rumor says you might get one of your organs removed. So, just so you know. And now Yuri is gonna drink some soda. It's good. And then leaves, recovering some health. Basic information. This is Well Cheers. The ego gift for this one sucks. I like it because, one of my friends who is on this save file that I've been referencing, every time that he dies, which is often, his employee dies, and we have to remake him, didn't offer soda to the shrimp. The shrimp are the arbiters of the soda. People who've been abducted onto a fishing boat, nothing to worry about, I'm sure. What was I saying? My friend. We do make sure that no matter what, if he dies, the first thing we need to do is get him this ego gift. Actually essential. Here's the managerial guidelines for shrimp. Upon completion of the work process, a canned beverage is discharged from the vending machine. The type of beverage that is emitted seems to vary in correlation with the work type. Test result W1. Arbiter. A red drink can was emitted. The employee who ingested the beverage said it had a distinctive aroma and sweetness and expressed a feeling of heightened energy after. Following the test, the physical health of the subject was confirmed. Test result W2. A blue drink can is emitted. It contains an odorless liquid that is highly carbonated. It is found to be effective in restoring mental strength. Okay. Let's wait a minute for the physical damage which shrimp does to the body is recovered. Look at this nice vending machine. Drink! Free! Shrimp! Free shrimp drink! Free extra life! I can't believe this guy just drank soda given to him by 2 huge shrimp. I can believe it. Drink that soda. It's good! Everybody loves the soda. Test result W3, W4. A purple drink can is emitted. Its appearance, composition, and taste are exactly the same as other grape-flavored carbonated beverages. It has been found that the physical fortitude and mental strength of the ingester both recovered. Where else would you get soda? True. I mean, we just had a conversation with Angela about not giving them vending machines. So, like, caution. When the work result with opened can of, well, cheers, is bad, do not take any drink provided by the vending machine. Soda! This abnormality. So previously to my participation in the shared save I've mentioned before, I had never had any problem with opened can of well cheers. It had never done me wrong. And then, immediately after saying, there's no way that the condition will trigger that kills employees using opened can of well cheers, I did kill an employee by having them drink too much well cheers. So there is an insta-kill condition for this abnormality. And it has officially happened to me once. And I'm really ashamed of it. If you want to go for, for violence, you can always choose. This is technically a repression trainer if you want. I mean, it's not a good one, but you certainly could try. Now, shrimp soda hits different. It is on bad result. Bad result is the insta-kill condition. Overdose on grape soda. I just like calling it overdose on grape soda. Different, I mean violently. Well, you don't die, you just become a sailor. Who needs training? May. The problem was that I sent them to work with well cheers as a repression trainer several times in a row, and like law of large numbers, eventually it was gonna go wrong. Can you get some? What, grape soda? Oh, to become a sailor, I see. Send you to the send me to the shrimpies. Okay, ordeals. I have been talking for too long and my nose is getting stuffy, which is what happens when I talk for too long, so the stream is gonna have to end soon. The fabled sailorification potion. This is what that comic is about, which I'll send to you again after this, Brucey. Oh, and I need to send the picture of shrimp to my mom. Picture of shrimp to my mom. I've taken a shrimp screenshot. A shrimp shot, if you will. Okay. Ordeals. You will see that normally this counter that I'm pointing to shows you the number of containment units that will melt down after the bar fills up, and the bar fills up every time you begin to work. Now you will see that it does not, in fact, have a number of containment units that will melt down. It has Purple Dawn, or Violet Dawn. Violet Dawn is really tame, extremely tame, but I'm gonna try and, I think that we'll see it naturally just playing the game as normal. Shrimp pics. But I'm gonna make sure that we see it because I would like to show off an ordeal. Now, let's just have a fun time. By which I mean do as much training as possible on various things. And we'll speed it up. You can see that bar increasing every time someone enters a containment unit. Up. I know I'm neglecting our friend Bird. I'm kind of hoping that I can show off Bird breaching, but I don't think it's gonna happen. It's being very, very tame for us right now. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it, like, deciding to play nice for once, but it would have been a little bit fun to let her go. See, I'm entering other containment units all over the place, and it's staying at 3. It's the Dawn of Violet, the Fruit of Understanding. This is a creature. Guards, kill this thing. You can see that we don't know what... I mean, we do know, apparently, what defenses it has and what attack types it has. Too embarrassed, and he's tied to go for the... So, ideally, we would be attacking it with white damage. The only information team employee has red damage, so I will actually send down a Minsung to help. And then there's another one in this corridor. So now we send Diva and Mirabelle to go suppress it. This is an ordeal. You can see that it's making an earnest attempt to kill some clerks. These guys appear... This is, again, extremely tame. There are much worse things that could be happening due to an ordeal. You can see those... You can see this clerk has died. This clerk is ineffectually using that gun. Yuri and Minsung are doing a really good job of just hitting that thing with sticks. Same with Mirabelle and Diva. I don't know why clerks decide to walk into rooms that enemies are in. Violet Dawn is extremely nice for an ordeal. What's the goop? It's an enemy that we have to dispatch. You can also see that once you complete the ordeal, it gives you some energy, so that's nice. There are much worse ordeals to deal with. Dawn ones are really not that bad. It's hard to have a really, really bad time. I think probably the, most annoying Dawn ordeal is Crimson, because it has effects that are not just this thing, will kill clerks and potentially employees if you don't dispatch them fast enough. The Crimson Ordeal can potentially break out abnormalities from their containment units, which is really annoying. So that's bad. But, Violet Dawn is just 2 lumps. And that's tame on both fronts. It's tame on the fact that it doesn't do a lot of damage and doesn't have a lot of health, and tame in the fact that it doesn't have other effects. The real, other tough ones to deal with are Green Dawn, which is some robots that want to kill you, which do a lot of damage, so you can get murked by them if you're not careful. You shouldn't, but you can. And I guess also Orange Dawn is annoying, because it's, a lot of enemies. Violet Dawn is the best one, is my point. It's the best one to get for a quick exploration of what an ordeal is, which is enemies popping out of nowhere once you have done work enough times. What's really pitiful is people like you dying to the likes of me. Over time, her unbearable sorrow grew into a mournful obsession covered in countless lengthy hairs. You see a song in front of you. It's approaching, becoming more colorful by the second. Mona! Mona, 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 Mona. Hi. It's my best friend, Mona. I do like Among Us, thank you. You're coming, right at the tail end of the stream. So, are we feeling pitiful death? Are we feeling countless lengthy hairs? Or are we feeling colorful song. That's the choice. I didn't see a black vent. That's for sure. I think we have about 15 minutes of stream time left, like, being among these abnormalities. Am I right or am I right? 15 minutes of time before I should, like, go get dinner and not stuff up my nose by talking for 2 sustained hours anymore. Feeling seepy. We need more of those in real life. Killing songs, yeah. I like this guy, personally. So, good choice. Hi, Angela. The energy output of our facility is ever increasing. You have proven that you are much more capable than you originally perceived yourself to be. The high echelon is watching you. Our founder, A, is among them. What do you know about A? A. He is a visionary. A farmer who sowed seeds on a virgin soil no one had approached before. In time, he may express interest in meeting you in person. If that happens, you will be able to make your dreams come true. Among myself? Well, of course, I highly admire him. But to be fair, he is the one who created me. He is also an enigmatic person. I imagine there are few who can truly understand him. In fact, to truly understand anyone is difficult. Will the day come that I understand you completely? It's Yesod! ... Manager, you are the head of this corporation. You are supposed to set an example for others, but that outfit would warrant at least 10 penalty points in our department. The manager should be no exception. However, the rules state that a Sephiroth has no authority to impose penalty points on the manager, so I must let you off for now. I am Yesod, the Sephiroth of the information team. The information team is in charge of processing and archiving all the data of our company. Do you like him because I enthusiastically yelled his name? It's Mr. Yowie! New information is generated every day, and we need to ensure that the information is accurate, so we must concentrate and focus on our job at all times. Okay, your fashion, right? I know, look at that turtleneck. Is that regulation? Is that regulation, Yesod? It may be compared to a massive biblioteca. A single bit of misinformation could lead to an uncontrollable disaster. I am sure you can understand the gravity of my work. Every sliver of the information that you read contains the despair and desperation of our employees. Mr. Yowie calls your drip cringe. Please do not think lightly of that information. ... Seems you are curious about my outfit. I have an aversion to exposing any part of my body. I don't exactly remember when I started feeling this way, but it's likely that I've been this way even before I joined the company. Netzak! This is a guy we'll meet later. Oh my god. Sorry, my nose. He said, do you have any spare paper? Our department could use some. Netzak, the rules state that we're not supposed to trade resources between teams. It should be in the very first page of the Sephiroth manual. Alright. Stop giving me that sharp look, Mr. Viper. Who is transgender here, Mona? Well, I'm heading out. Not in the mood to get bitten today. What are you trying to say with that expression of yours? Is this entertaining to you? Does the nickname make you laugh? My apologies. I overreacted a bit. This stream does not benefit children's hospitals. Nazaki is my favorite weirdo. Everyone's favorite weirdo. Not... Well, I was about to say not actually my favorite Sephiroth, but I think it's true. Nazaki is my favorite. In regards to his aversion to having exposed skin, this guy is transgender. I see. Just like you. The other Sephiroth simply use my nickname as a joke, but others use it in a more serious manner. I know there are many employees who genuinely despise me. Nicknames may be a childish thing, but there's no better way to describe a person than such few words. I personally like my nickname. What's your opinion, manager? How do we feel about the name Viper? Do we like it? Or are we disapproving of calling people vipers in this chat? It's the trans little thing I've ever seen one. I mean, that's my haircut, so. Or it was, before I shaved my head. I've never worn a suit over a turtleneck, but I do like all of the, I think it's cool and slick, the name Viper. I think it's awesome to be called Viper, okay. I do like all of the Sephiroth having armbands that have their initials on it. So we have the purple Y. Malkuth's is red and yellow, which is really weird. It's like red and acidic yellow, but it has the M. Seems we're in agreement then. I should get going now. I need to finish today's work. Oh, and I must send you the next assignment. Yesod the Viper. Complete 4 instinct works. That should be pretty easy. I think this will be our last day. We got a new guy! McDonald's armband. It looks like this. Actually, this is the one that's for, like, experienced employees. It looks like this. You get new little bands on it, depending on how experienced you are. So, like, 2 stripes. For having 6 days of service on the control team. We get a new hire. Elena. Frighteningly capable look about Elena. It's an M and everything. Yeah, I know. It's Malkuth, baby. We're gonna get some white damage in. It's important to have white damage on at least one employee in a department, because if you do white damage to a panicking employee, it restores their SP and calms them down. So if an employee panics, which is to say they run out of SP, you need someone with a white damage weapon to chase them around and smack them until they become normal again. Whereas if you send an employee with red damage against them, they're just gonna kill them. So, them's the breaks. McCoof. This is just like Macbeth. Elena can have soda! Because no one else has it. It's soda. Soda is objectively worse than other armors. The McDonald's McCoof. I'm gonna strengthen some of our employees because they're imperfect and we have points to spare. We're not strengthening any justice at the moment if they don't already have it trained, because justice is expensive. Oh, bumna. Soda! Soda is also my, specifically going soda is also my Splatoon call-out for when my teammate lays down a Tacticooler, which is unhelpful because why am I calling out when someone else does something? Here's our new friend. Yay! And our other new friends. Yay! I like Elena. Elena's got good vibes. Speaking of which, Elena, go back in the building. Back in the fucking building again! New friends! I like this abnormality. I will say though, spoiler alert, this is the first abnormality that we have gotten. You can condition your team into doing the soda call out themselves, I wish. This is the first abnormality that we've gotten that can, other than Punishing Bird, that can legitimately break out and cause damage. So we do have to be a little bit careful. I do feel semi-confident that we could suppress it if something bad happened, but not that confident. Like, there would be collateral damage. It can help us understand the secrets of the universe, though, so... I mean, like... I don't see what the problem is. This work is going really poorly. I've forgotten... I know what the best work type for this abnormality is, but I've forgotten what the worst ones are, and apparently it's this one, so... My bad! If it breaks out, it's on me. No, it's fine. Maybe you let her out on purpose? What, for enrichment? Do you think they let the tigers out of the enclosures? God forbid women do anything. I think they should have a day where they let all the animals out of their enclosures at the zoo and just let them run around. They do. I was a tiger in an enclosure once, and now here I am on Twitch. They put you on twitch.tv? Oh, we have one clip auth left. Okay. That's what I thought, because I believe it goes down whenever you get a bad work result. And possibly if you get a normal work result. So, because it only has one clip auth left, and we potentially could cause problems by working with it again, I'm not going to touch Fragment of the Universe anymore for the day. This is Fragment of the Universe, though. Fragment of the Universe is cool. Look at that. That's my friend. That's my friend. That's my Pikmin dog. That's my Pikmin dog. You know I got my Pikmin dog. It's my funny little buddy. Like they give cheetahs emotional support dogs. I see. The abnormalities are sentient? What do you mean by that? What are you implying? Actually, I'm gonna hate it if Elena gets that gift, so we're gonna keep sending Yuri in. You know that it's puppy time! Who's melting down? You! Soda! This is, like, fundamentally an SCP Foundation fan game. I mean, it isn't, but I need everyone to understand it as though it is. Elena is, like, looks so nice. Like, this is the best looking employee that we have gotten from the random draw yet. And I would be so sad if they went into the shrimp chamber and got this ego gift, which gives you stubble. Seal it within the facility? I can show you. I can't show you. But if it comes up, I will show you the abnormality, which I think most closely resembles my Pikmin dog. Psionic warriors, kill this guy. Would Pikmin be abnormalities? I think Olimar would be an abnormality. That's my professional opinion. Just letting you know. There was one of my, maybe she'll rock a little stubble. I know. But you don't understand. When you see it on an employee, you'll understand. I think pigmen are already among us. Did you see them vent? I'm troubled. So troubled by the implications. PNF 404 isn't a post-human. Humans just aren't looking at Hallmark picking them. It's a Toy Story situation. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, I was saying something. Oh, the stubble. I did have an employee in my first run who, like, had a character arc where she got the stubble, and that was her identity for a while. And then I put her in the magical girl outfit, so that was her identity for a while. And then she got the ego gift that covers up your whole face with a censored bar, which, in fairness, really good. It is 100% a very, like, I like it. But to me, it was like having a gender dysphoria crisis. Are you gonna explode this thing, please? Magical stubble girl? Yeah. Her name was Galena. She's one of my librarians in Ruina now. And she's so happy. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I'll accept that into my belief system. Oh, Elena got beaten up there. I'm sorry, baby. I would never do that to you. You know that it's puppy time. I've been really, wanting to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3 lately. And 2. I haven't picked them up yet. I haven't given in to the urge. I still have the whole, like, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 post-game to go if I want it. But, like, the fighting urges within me are, you should finish Pikmin 4, or you should go play Xenoblade Chronicles. And I'll never win. You could be a magical stubble girl. It is how I think of you. I mean, it's not how you look. And I don't think of you as looking like that, but the energy is the same. Okay, one last guy. And then we do the cutscenes, and then we're gonna wrap it up. With my infinite hatred, I give you this gift. A teardrop fell from the child's dewy eyes as stars showered from the sky. The world falls into a slumber, trapped in an ecstatic lullaby. Blood covers the whole floor, screams echo, people are running away. So do we love infinite hatred? Do we love teardrop? Or do we love blood? One of these... I shan't say. To Pikmin born from broodsack? I too would like to know. I know you like infinite hatred. Sorry, I'm checking my phone. Like you do. You're like a magical girl with a tragic trans mustache, which is close enough. Yeah. It is. I'm really reluctant to pick infinite hatred because you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it and you're gonna hate me for letting you do this. And I just want you to know that. Let me ask you a question. What would you do if one of your subordinates, who is harvesting energy from another reality to meet the quota, shall face certain death doing so? This is a very basic question, so I'm certain you know the right answer. Must we continue producing energy, or save the employee? There's a right answer. Angela will be disappointed in you if you don't pick the right answer. You are going to infinitely hate it. Like, I promise you won't like it. But you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what Angela wants, yeah? And? What is it? Like, don't get me wrong, I picked this abnormality on my runs too, because I was like, whoa, infinite hatred, like, that sounds cool. Like, it's inevitable. What if you can befriend the beast? Maybe. Whatever makes you the hottest boss. Is there a comma after hottest, or are you the hottest boss, or are you calling me boss? This is an important question. Okay. I know what you think Angela wants. That is not the perfect answer I was expecting. The truest answer would be to harvest enough energy before such a situation could arise. Lobotomy Corporation is an industry giant, and its mission to produce energy is our top priority. You do seem to listen to my words. I expect you to manage your subordinates with that attitude. Yesod! You exceeded my expectations, despite your first impression. Allow me to explain your next... Yesod! I just heard that your team had a ton of casualties. Don't call Angela a bitch. How many times has it been now? Shouldn't you be at your team's side? It looks super depressing over there. This is Hod, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't yell her name really enthusiastically. I wasn't thinking. Hard! Accidents happen. I want them to understand that it's not a big fuss. Dwelling on it only encourages them to cry more, and it'll eventually tire them out. But people have died. Maybe you should say something, like at least some half-hearted commemorative speech to cheer the employees up? I mean, we should lead our departments and all. Perhaps your aim is different from mine, then. I see no point in being sentimental. Caring too much about the respective employees or the little complaints they make will steer you away from what's truly important. Well, this is hot. She can be. I'm just saying, I guess there's no right answer, is there? We're both busy, so I'll see you later. What do you think, manager? I've never listened to the chordal vocals in the back of this track. Sorry, this kind of slaps. Oh yeah, this part. Okay, I remember this track now. Should I go comfort them for the sake of the department's morale? Should we? I mean, should Yisod. We're not doing anything. It's a good song. Many songs are good in this video game. It's important to note. Unfortunately, I'm falling prey to Yisod's completely covered swag. I like it with the question at hand a lot. Also, yes. Make that boy be a little tender. Okay. I can do that. For you. I'm honestly surprised to hear that from you. Do you think it's realistic for you to show up in every department every single time an accident occurs? You, the man who spends the whole day incessantly watching employees die through that shiny monitor of yours? I take it that you're only saying this because you're inexperienced and are still clinging on to the vague sense of goodwill, manager. Such shallow sympathy does no good in the corporation, so I urge you to be rid of it. The paths to take. Something I really want to see and may need to personally make is an SCP-esque management sim, except it's also a monster battler. Battling is framed as entirely irresponsible and unethical, but pitting extremely dangerous enemies against each other in cage matches pays the bill. That's fucking awesome. I wish I could tell you that this game is like that. It isn't. I wish I could tell you that any of these games are like that. It isn't. Yay! Today we can display HP UI because it really bothers me that I don't have HP UI. Okay. We're gonna wrap it up there. Bold of you to assume we're not a boss with deep, genuine care for every person under care. Yisod, I don't think it's that bold of him to assume. Personally speaking. I don't think it's that bold. Let me look at my Wretch Wrangler. Holy shit. I love you so much. Let's take a look at our crew. I didn't get any of them any ego gifts, and I'm really sorry. May has been promoted to control team captain. Diva is still a cheery employee. Our designated tank. May is kind of a jack of all trades, so I keep shoving over to one sin because I really want them to get the ego gift. Bruce, I think you and Mona would get along so well. Mirabelle is still suave. It's fair enough. Arse Kit. And Minsung. I think Minsung is more of a suave employee than Mirabelle, but they do have a similar hairstyle. Minsung is still ostensibly timid. It's because of this look. Got a little smirk. Yuri has not yet acquired the tragic hair, or the tragic stubble that I keep shoving them towards. And Elena is my favorite. And that's just a fact. Those are my Blorbos. Arse Get. I think it's more Arse Kit. you know, for repairs. And on that note, I'll do this again soon. I might even do it. Oh no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm busy. But I might even do it again on... No, I have Splatoon on Wednesday. And an event on Friday. I'll do it again by next week. Yeah, by next week. I'll say by next week. On the weekend, possibly. I really need more material for my Blorbos. I could also do it tomorrow afternoon. We'll see. Tomorrow afternoon is a heavy possibility because I do have a canceled class. Anyway, we'll do this again because I want to play Lobotomy Corporation so bad all the time, and this is the best way of motivating me to finish it. Yeah. Thanks for enduring. I mean, you enjoyed yourselves. I'm sure you did. But it seemed funny to me in the moment to say enduring, as though you had to suffer through an ordeal. We are now. Decided. Good to know. I'm exclusively referring to Bruce as Bruce, so now all of you will know them as Bruce. And that's my fault. I'm stalling. Okay. Soon. And for now,